So we are leaving Barnes and Nobles, and I'm pushing my bike up a fucking hill to get out of this parking spot. I can't lift my bike up, but I can push the shit out of it. And then of course, I don't have a full tank, so it wasn't that hard to lift. My kickstand was cut because my bike has actually fallen over on hills before. Because my kickstand was too long for how lowered my bike is. So, problem solved. Oh, please don't bark at me, big dog. The advantages of bikes. Jump right in. Oh, look at this guy. Bike life. So Barnes and Nobles is interesting. It's really comfy and cozy in there. I like it. I'd like to hang out there instead of work, but there's even a freaking Starbucks in there. You know I like it. But the people that work there are fucking strange. No offense if anyone works there. If you work there, don't be strange. I think they see my helmet in my hand and they automatically start assuming that I'm just gonna grab a bunch of books and run out or something, like a book run. No, I'm sorry, I get most of my shit online, but what I needed wasn't online, so I had to go get it. I had to go get an old-fashioned book, but shit, and I'm more likely to fucking order a coffee and run out with that bitch. I'll do a coffee run. But no thanks on the book run. I don't want to be that smart. So I'm heading back to work, hitting the streets. I don't think anything interesting is going to happen over here. But we're coming up to my old stomping grounds on cruise. We used to cruise back in the day. Yes, I'm hella old. OG old, even though most people say I don't look old, I definitely don't act the fuck old. I need to still grow up, but that's not gonna happen, so fuck it. Anyways, we used to come to El Camino, and we used to cruise on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and honestly, they tried to stop it, and they did stop it. I don't think people cruise anymore, but honestly, it was a lot of fun for kids. It was a lot of fun for us to go and meet people. And there were here's El Camino right here. We would make a left, and that's where it started. And it went several miles down. But we would meet, car clubs would meet. They'd have some really awesome cars. I don't see awesome cars anymore. I see muscle cars. But it was really fun seeing the mini trucks and all the fun paint and the hydraulics and some old school really nice cars would be out there, some really high trucks. There was something for everyone out there. It was pretty fun. Get a lot of phone numbers, meet a lot of kids. But the police, you know, don't want anyone hanging out and doing anything fun, so they started ticketing people. And but actually I was going to get into a story about a little bit about how I started riding. Back in high school, I just thought that the freedom of not having a seatbelt and being exposed and out in the wind was something that I wanted to do. I met a guy on El Camino. All of the bikes used to hang out at the Chevron there. No, you can't come over. I didn't let you over. They used to hang out at the Chevron. I met a kid named Roosevelt. I'm actually trying, I recently found one of my friends that knows him to this day. He took me, he used to give me rides. I used to be a backpack. Everyone starts out that way usually. And I just loved it. I asked him if I could take his bike and cruise it on the El Camino. Because at the time there was only one girl riding, and I just thought she was the coolest thing ever. He agreed, but with special terms. The terms were I had to learn how to ride his bike. I had to ride him on the back, and I had to make a U-turn on a really tiny street with my feet up, with him on the back. That was my test. Well, challenge accepted, and challenge nailed on the first try. I just knew it was for me. But then, I couldn't afford a bike. I rode around on other kids' bikes, but that's never something you want to do unless they are fully insured and will get a new bike, or if you can afford to buy somebody's bike. Do not ride other people's bikes. It's just not cool. Too much can go wrong, and you don't want to be responsible for that. They don't want you dying on their bike. It's just all bad. Just don't share your bike. But anyways, so I would ride. All of my ex-boyfriends rode. My ex-husband rode. They've all had bikes. And so I got to ride little by little. But then I had my kids, and that became my priority. So finally, when I felt my kids were old enough, I remembered that love of mine, and I believe I waited for tax season and bought my hella old Yamaha FCR 600, and got my license, all that shit on that one. It was a good learning bike, a reliable learning bike. And I rode on many rides with many people that I still ride with today, who have been pretty much family since the jump. And I've been consistently riding. I always underestimate, but when I go back to when I took my test and all that, it was a long time ago. And I want to say it was over 3 years ago, which doesn't sound like a long time, but like I said, I used to ride back in the day. You never really forget. You're just not sharpened on all the shit that happens. But I do believe that everyone needs to have a lot of driving experience. I have a lot of driving experience. I also have a really good driving record. I've never really been in an accident. I've been in little fender benders where people have bumped my bumper. I one time backed into somebody's fucking car, that kind of shit. But driving experience really helps you on the bike. So to all the kids that want to just not have their driver's license, want to go straight into the bike scene, I wouldn't suggest it at all. I would not suggest it. You need to know how the cars react. You need to see how stupid people are in their cars. You need to be able to react in those situations, because when you're on a small piece of metal that turns differently, it brakes differently, the gears are different, everything's different. You need that driving experience. You need to know how these cars turn into you, and don't use their blinkers. Be a really good driver first, then go get your license. There's some really young kids that want to ride bikes. Don't jump into it. You have so much time. You have so much time for that. So yeah, there's nothing like this. This is the best feeling ever. There's no other feeling like riding a bike. I actually stopped earlier. I talked on a different video I did A kid right here was pulled over. He had gotten to his first wreck on his bike. I was on my way back from lunch from work, and I stopped to help him. He was really thankful. He didn't really need help, but he was really distraught and really like nervous and shaking and couldn't believe it. Just he was lane splitting, and a car took him out, and luckily he was okay. But while I was there, he was actually checking out his gear and his body. Like, he just needed somebody there with him to be there and understand, especially someone being on another bike. Gave him a sense of just being safe. He didn't know really what to do, so I was like, do you have a tow truck? Do you have someone to call? Do you have AAA? I explained to him how the AAA works. I gave him contact information for my mechanic in case he was going to fix his bike. He definitely couldn't ride his bike. But eventually he told me he was going to be okay. He was waiting for a tow truck, and he told me to go because he knew I was on my lunch. But he was really appreciative and happy that somebody stopped for him. So again, if you see a bike on the road, whether you're in the car with a friend, whatever, stop, because you don't know. They may just need to like sit with somebody for a minute to just get their shit together, their thoughts together, and figure out what they need to do. And there's a bike behind me. He can go to the front. I'm not going to the front. Especially because I don't like riding with people that I don't know and don't know how they ride. I like my bike and my bike life too much for that. So I'm almost back at work, so I am going to sign off. But I will be posting these soon. And thank you for watching. Talk to you later.